Welcome to my PowerPoint presentation on why Visionary is an underwhelming perk in Dead by Daylight. Visionary reveals the auras of nearby generators to its user. When a generator is completed, it deactivates for a short period. Visionary is a training wheel perk for survivors. It helps survivors identify generators to repair, making it a solid choice for new players. However, it quickly loses effectiveness when you consider two details. Once survivors learn how to find generators, it loses most of its appeal. It does retain some use in solo queue to find generators that your teammates have not yet finished, but that's probably not worth the perk slot. Not only that, but it also fails as a training wheel perk. Visionary is a unique perk to Felix Richter, a DLC survivor whom is not available without playtime or purchase. While older characters have been reduced in price and are available for a bundled discount, I would still consider this a failure on the part of behavior. Another issue Visionary faces is its deactivation conditions. When a generator is repaired, it deactivates for some time. This is completely antithetical to the perk as it prevents you from finding generators, but also activates at a time where seeing the next available generator is critical. I assume this was made so new players don't just beeline to the next available generator and then 3-gen themselves by mistake, but this feels like a band-aid solution. Lastly, Visionary is also pretty much beat out by an actually free perk, Deja Vu. They're very similar to one another, both revealing generators to survivors, but Deja Vu is more practical in almost every sense. For one, Deja Vu is actually free, no DLC required, so it's immediately accessible to new players. But even more than that, Deja Vu reveals a 3-gen situation at all times, enabling survivors with the auto-apply pressure. And it doesn't deactivate like Visionary, as it has no risk of potentially sabotaging its user. And of course, Deja Vu gives you that sweet 6% repair speed bonus, encouraging you to repair the generators it shows you. Visionary was somewhat difficult to rework, primarily because of its competition with Deja Vu. However, I think I made a version that retains its use for new players with some effects that can give it some footing in higher level play. Visionary functions as it did before, with the aura reading range being set to a fixed 32 meters. Once a generator is repaired rather than deactivating, Visionary reveals 2 generators farthest from the completed generator. This encourages new players to find those generators and learn to break 3-gens rather than putting them in the dark completely. I also added 2 new effects. Visionary acts a bit like a reverse wake up, where the perk user can see the aura of another survivor opening the exit gates. It fits with the theme of the perk, being that of focusing on how to escape the trial, but also continues its usage past the mid-game. Now, survivors can better identify which exit gates have been progressed in case they need to make a quick escape. The second new effect is a small recovery bonus from the blindness status effect, increased further while repairing generators. This also feels very fitting, as the perk's theming can be seen as clearing one's mind to focus on escape, but also mechanically makes sense as the perk heavily relies on aura reading. Overall, I think these effects extend Visionary's theming greatly and provide more meaningful usage in high-level play. I still think Deja Vu has it beat, but there's only so much you can do in that arms race. Thanks for watching, leave a like, and put your thoughts in the comments below.